I'll
The
give you
clap.
the clap, Ray. You ready for the
Really?
clap?
You're gonna give Grim the clap from the last agreement we just had.
Yeah,
Five,
kitty.
4, 3, 2, 1. And welcome back to episode 15 of the Sons of My Ass podcast.
You sure it's
As
15?
always,
Sons of my ass?
I said, what?
I
What?
heard sons of my ass.
You would hear that.
Did I say that?
No.
Did I actually?
I think you did.
Blake is a madman.
Blake actually made me think I said something bad.
Never believe what
I
that man says.
swear,
I know,
I heard you say "Sons of My Ass" podcast.
Oh, we got to do a name change now.
Sons of my
My
ass.
ass. You know, we can change it that if you guys really want to.
I mean, I'm not
I-
a doctor,
I
but
support
I'm pretty
this.
sure I understand how anatomy works, and that's not right.
Well, you're my beautiful sons of my ass.
Oh no.
Yes.
Oh.
Proper name change.
Mm-hmm.
The votes are in.
Would you guys like to say hello?
You part of this?
Sometimes.
I don't know if I want to be a part of this podcast.
Yeah, I don't think I want to
Blake
either.
has ruined the whole thing that we've been running for months now.
I definitely want to be part of this. It's going to be a one-man
Oh,
person.
the first
one-man
time
show.
Blake's ruining the podcast? No. What? Insane.
In the membrane.
The way you
Insane in the
said
brain?
that might have been the
Right
wisest
in the
way anyone's
brain.
ever said that.
I guess I should probably say hello then. Hi, I'm
Mhm.
Blake.
Hi, I'm Abe.
Yes, I'm Grim.
It's me alone.
Hi, I'm Ray.
So simple.
Meow, I'm two.
There we go.
As
I hate
always,
there's two people that meow in this group. I hate it.
I am the father of the ass. It is me.
Oh.
Trey.
Yes.
Get out of the way, Bert! Sorry.
No.
Yes, master.
God, mother. Sorry.
Ass
I
Master
played-
3000.
Oh my god.
At least he's not the ass
I wanna-
blaster.
Kill my dog in fucking Stardew. Get out of the way! Move!
This
can't
is just a
go.
warning that Ray will not kill his dog in real life, but only just the story version of dog.
He's blocked.
He will be removing his dog
game.
picture from the stream for unknown
Put
reasons.
something in the chest, and he's laying dead right in front of the chest, where
Yep.
I cannot get around him.
Yep.
God bless him. I might have yelled at my dog like that. I've never threatened to kill him, but I've yelled at him before in real life.
Hey, this could be a topic.
Things we're learning about Ray today. Wanting to kill his dog.
No,
And learning
not
that
the
he's
real one.
alive.
Mhm.
The real one's okay. He's sleeping behind me.
I would love
He
if he
doesn't
got up.
sleep in the way. He sleeps out of the way.
No, why I'm mentioning Stardew, we might as well go to our first topic of cartoon crushes, Ray, and I know how much you fawn over Penny, but did you have any, like when you were, growing up, like a particular rabbit or some sort?
Not really.
I give you 2 leeways.
I know. Actually, I wasn't that much. What was God? Because you gotta remember, you guys might have been old enough to remember Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
Remember the
Mhm.
girl
April
on there?
O'Neil.
There you
April
go.
O'Neil.
That's it. Or Power Rangers. The girls on Power Rangers as another one. The original
Which
series.
one?
The series
said
that was out
girl.
when I was a child.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
Which one?
Well, I
God,
think I
there's
could.
so many Power Rangers. Yeah.
There is.
There
and
are
you know what's the
many,
best part?
really
many
is.
Power
I
Rangers.
don't know if this is actually the best part, but I've watched every single one.
So on side
Okay,
tangent on that.
the
Hold on.
ones from early '90s.
Small
Mighty
side
Morphin
tangent.
Power Rangers.
Small side tangent. Did you know that they actually have a Power Rangers fighting game?
Yeah.
I've
Okay.
heard this before, I think,
But-
somewhere.
They're adding a new edition this summer. Because all the current fighters are, Power Rangers from all the different versions and whatnot, and there's some of the
Tommy
villains.
Oliver.
I don't know who that is.
Sorry, I'm a Power Rangers nerd. I love
But-
Power Rangers.
They're adding Ryu and Chun-Li from Street Fighter, and they have like
Why?
Power Ranger suits on,
What?
and they look sick. Just after the podcast, look it up. They look pretty cool. and they actually have. Well, we've only seen Ryu do moves because they tease Chun-Li at the end. But he has like Shoryukens and stuff like he has basically his moves, but just transferred into the Power Ranger rules. But their fighting game's insane. But that's a quick side tangent. But
Oh, you remember Mortal Kombat? That's where you learned about women in that game. Jesus Christ.
which one in particular?
What about Dead or Alive?
Okay, well, that
I
game
don't
was just made.
remember-
That game was just made to sell boobs.
I
Okay.
don't,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
it-
say the Mortal
Dead or
Kombat I'm
Alive
thinking
literally had the
came
flag to
out.
adjust how much the boobs move.
Well, like
Yeah, I think
which
Mortal Kombat actually had a purpose. I agree with Trace on that. That besides
Yeah.
just yeah.
Yeah.
which Mortal Kombat leader?
Physics.
No.
I don't know what
Are
either
you-
in PlayStation 1 or PlayStation 2. I
Are
can't
you
remember
a-
which.
I assume you're probably a Sonya then, or you more like Katana Khan.
Just remember, at that age, I probably wasn't that picky.
Right. But was she like? Was it a female ninja or was it like the?
The princess one?
Yeah, Katana, blue.
Yeah. Yeah, blue.
Yep. Well, mostly like whole. I think it's her stepsister, I believe. Maybe it is her sister. Melina is like the one that everyone oogles about. She has the jaw. I forget
Oh,
the
yeah.
races of
Oh yeah.
Baraka's people, but she's like half of that race, I guess.
Hmm.
Yeah, but she's typically
Yeah.
like the.
I vaguely remember that, but I just remember that being like when you're a kid and see that, you're like, what the hell?
Oh yeah, no, trust me. Yeah, old styles of all the female ninjas, especially with the old Jade. Oh yeah, that was.
See, I thought
Excellent
Ray would have
craftsmanship.
been more of the female Goro. What was her name again?
Is it the one with four arms?
yes,
No. God, I remember
You
that
know-
clearly.
I forget her name, but she's actually in the current Mortal Kombat 11. She's actually like one of the best kill kills because she has a broken move. And everyone hates her kill kill.
So I remember playing Mortal Kombat, and me and my sister would smoke pot, and then there's this part on there where you would, it's like puzzle fighting or something. It was almost like Tetris, but it was like, I
You mean
can't remember which word.
Street Fighter had that.
No, Mortal Kombat. One of the Mortal Kombats had it where it was
Really?
almost like Tetris, and you broke the pieces of the, like you would like play against each other, and you break each other's pieces.
Are you sure? Because Street
Yes.
Fighter had okay.
It
Because
was a Mortal Kombat because it was one of my games,
Huh.
and I never owned a Street Fighter game. I hate to tell you.
Okay, I'm just saying. You're describing a literal like series that Street
Yeah,
Fighter
I
had.
don't know if Mortal Kombat stole it from them, but it was not the
Odds
main
are,
part of
yes.
the game, but it was a part of the game. Like it wasn't
Oh.
like that wasn't the game.
Yeah, then the game I'm describing is full on like game.
Yeah, no, this was like integrate, but it was like she liked puzzle shit. You know, when you're fighting games, how do I put this delicately? When you're doing that kind of thing, thanks for the wood.
Giggity.
Fighting games kind of don't lean themselves to doing that kind of stuff. You know, you don't want to concentrate too much.
True. But so you're going with April O'Neil?
Yeah, that was a big one. There was all kinds. I mean, freaking growing
true.
boy like that. You know, it's just strong breeze will make you happy.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Is
Oh,
that your
yeah.
pick?
God.
Is that your pick
That's,
alone?
that's
Rabbit?
Jessica Rabbit.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
Jessica
Everybody's
Rabbit.
gonna be
That's the
Jessica
one
Rabbit.
I was thinking. Yeah, I was right.
Well, Jessica Rabbit has the purple dress and long red hair,
Yeah.
the gloves.
I never found that
Is it purple
really.
dress?
No, it's red.
I thought it was
Red.
funny.
Red.
I
Very
think it
much
might have
red.
been- yeah, it was
Okay.
red. I thought it was very interesting, like for like to see that, like as I think that might have been. I don't think it was the first one, but I feel like it was the real first major one to sexualize basically a cartoon character like that,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so.
like mainstream,
Yeah, maybe we consider it mainstream, but like
more popular than the other ones.
definitely in the U.S. Yeah.
Yeah, I know they've been doing it up until yeah. It's we gotta remember at that time, I didn't know jack shit about anywhere else except for the U.S. at that age and that
Right,
time.
right. How? When did that movie come out?
Was it late or early 90s or late 80s?
It was not 80s. I'm pretty sure it's a 90s. It feels like it might have been 80s because it does feel slightly cocaine driven.
Actually, that probably is like the
Good
full-
times.
Late '90s was when.
It's got to be 90s because the
1988.
really You know how I was a year old when that movie came out, but it was still something people watched even when I was, a kid.
It was a very, very good movie. A little bit very, very trippy in some points.
So you know that coal chase scene?
Mhm.
Well, okay. So from what I hold is the main actor on that. They actually, though, a few frames they can go back and look. Well, they actually hand animated him to make it more fluid because of how they're bringing real life to animation. So there are some parts you can look where they like had to animate in to make it flow better in between like parts of the colors moving around. But that's another sad story. So did anyone like Little Bunny? We brought that up beforehand, but did
Oh.
anyone actually
What was
have
the
our
question?
cooking crush?
Lola
You think
Bunny
it's
from Space Jam.
Oh,
I can't believe they're doing that movie again.
have you?
Well, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, the first one wasn't fantastic, and they're like, that was a slightly okay movie. Let's make it again.
With a different person.
Yeah.
It is confirmed. Hollywood
Well-
has run out of ideas.
Yeah.
Well, to be
all-
fair,
all
it probably
ideas are repeats.
probably is going to be a lot better with LeBron James.
Oh yeah. Well, and the graphics will be better. Period. Just because of the ability. That's why they remade like Kong versus Godzilla and all that. Is the main reason they do all this stuff is because the graphics and all that can be better.
They can
And-
make it look better. Yeah.
I've heard
Yeah, but
that,
look what they've
there's
done
a
with some
Hollywood-
movies.
yeah, they fuck them up. That's just standard. I imagine they fucked them up way back in the day too. There's a Hollywood maxim that there is no such thing as a new idea. And if you think about how long people have been on Earth and writing stuff, there's no such thing as a new idea.
So we have
Everything's
to
a
go to Mars, is what
repeat.
you're saying.
That was written about going to Mars in when did John Carter of Mars come out? That was like the freaking teens or something.
The original?
Yes.
I'll have to look that up. I thought it was like no.
It was a long time ago. Let's see. 1912 was when people were writing about going to Mars. It was in 1912. So that's not a new idea even slightly. Why is everybody so quiet?
We were listening.
I'm listening.
Yeah.
I'm just listening to you.
I was listening. Yeah.
I
It's
knew
just that
nothing.
It was like dead silence. Like there was no lone. It was like me alone
Well,
in a room.
I don't know what that movie
I
is.
don't know
So.
what any of it is.
No, it's a book. John Carter of Mars is a book series.
I've
and
heard of it, but I
They
don't
did a
know about
movie
it.
that was horrible, but the book series is actually good. I'm surprised Blake hasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, Blake, you've read it, haven't you?
I haven't read it. I did watch the Disney movie. Thought it was horrible.
Yes. Yeah. The books. It's a series of books. I guess it was because it was serialized in a magazine back in that day. But yeah, that's what I'm saying is that even that kind of idea of going into space is that old, long before there was even thoughts of a rocket. So that always is like amazes me. What the fuck is his name? I've got a whole series of it over there. What's that name? I'm trying to look at my bookshelf to see if I can find the book.
Nope, that's Playboy.
It's pictures of Grimm's mom.
Edgar?
That's gross.
Edgar?
Edgar. Is you sure your mom's name is Edgar?
Oh, did you say the writer
Yeah.
of the book?
Riceboro? Edgar Riceboro. Right?
Yep.
That's it. My brain will get there eventually. It's like a steel trap with a lot of holes in it. Okay. I'm done talking. I'm just gonna be quiet now.
Blake,
Just sit in this awkward silence.
Blake, you were a cartoon crush from growing up? All right.
Hey,
I'm trying to think of
I thought he'd left for a second.
all of the things that I used to watch.
Yeah, it took me a second for me to figure out. I got one more.
Go ahead and say your one more alone.
Mm,
He's thinking about it.
the pink ranger.
Okay.
I mean, Rage said any of the Rangers
The
growing up.
original
female.
Rangers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
from
Yeah,
Mighty
well,
Morphin
yeah,
Power
but Kim.
Rangers.
What was her name? Kim, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Kimberly?
Yeah.
Oh, Kimmy. Or
Yeah.
Kimberly.
Kimmy, yeah, pink was usually higher up than yellow.
The
If we're
Power
doing
Rangers,
ratings.
right?
Okay.
Like it as like colors.
Mm-hmm. That's wait.
Actually, in real life, that's probably true too. His favorite colors, pink is probably above yellow. I bet there's more people like pink.
Yeah, but just the phrasing on that is.
Fine. Think it how you want it.
I think, and this is going to be an interesting one for Trace.
Mhm.
Officer Jenny.
Oh,
Hmm.
is it because there's so many of them?
I mean, technically, if you're going that route, Abe, then no Stroy, but Officer Jenny's not bad, yeah. I agree with that. It's pretty good. Good pick.
I get bad news.
She's
Can't-
definitely not my favorite Pokeball, but I do think that's a good pick.
Do you know? Here's a fun fact I know from Pokemon. Do you know that Jesse and James were the same voice actor?
What?
It's
They
like
were the
when you-
same voice actor.
No way.
Uh huh.
I feel like I've heard the different voices. Like, maybe are you talking about the full several like
Yeah,
seasons?
the original stuff. They were the same voice actor.
Okay.
voice
They
actor.
were
I say now I'm like definitely not because I've
no
heard
in the
definitely.
original.
Okay.
I think it was Jesse, James, and Meowth were all one person in the original.
Well,
Guy
Meowth,
must
yeah,
have had
Meowth
the
could be.
driest throat, talking so much.
It was all a girl, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
The
Ash was
original James had.
Never like. I could
Oh yeah,
never-
Ash's I forget her name, but she's done a lot of stuff.
Wasn't she
Martin
also
Simpson's a
Gohan?
girl.
I only know something with Gohan and Ash. I think.
I can't remember. Let me look up her name. She's done a lot. Well, the original Ash, because I'm pretty sure they switched.
Oh, crap.
Name. Is it
Oh,
Veronica Taylor?
right, yep.
Think so. Yeah, they've probably swapped voice actresses because they have to have a female voice because of how most kid voices are all females because of how high they have to be. Yeah, for seasons 1 and 8 it was Veronica Taylor. What else has she done? She did a lot of the early like 2000s. She's still active and doing stuff. I can't see. Oh, she's actually to Ash's mom as well. In May. She did a lot. Pokemon.
Makes me wonder. Were these like projects under budgeted? I don't think so. Pokemon was pretty big.
Well-
I'm pretty sure. What
like,
came first, the card games or the anime?
Card games.
Yeah, well, I mean the games came first, right?
Yeah, not by much.
It was game codes then anime. What about you, Ed? What's your cartoon crush?
Well, this will be a surprise to no one, but I'm really not interested in relationships, even at a young age.
Duke Nukem. What?
I was gonna guess Meg.
What?
May.
Meg.
Pokemon?
Hey, who's
Oh,
Meg?
from Family Guy.
wow. That's just mean.
Standard for.
That's true.
I was only guessing because it was the only thing I could think of that was like kind of youngish. I mean, I don't watch any anime, so I know you guys
Oh,
don't watch
they
it.
have the anime, just cartoons in general. Growing
Family
up.
Guy's anime?
If it's adult,
Family
Just
Guy is not an anime.
any kill girl growing up, you're like, wow. Like the media basically be like, yeah, I like girls. Oh, I like guys. You know, the kill girl that like awoken something.
Woken something.
I'm trying to find like the most like common way of saying this to help you out. Okay, well,
Like
Grim.
talking to two.
Huh?
Grim.
Oh,
do you have an official
back then I didn't really, as far as cartoons, I didn't find I guess the biggest one would probably only be
just anything
what's her
from your
face?
childhood.
Bugs Bunny, not Bugs Bunny, the other one. Lola Bunny.
Bugs Bunny.
wow.
You know, rabbits. You know. Jesus.
Don't tell good.
Yeah, I mean, Space Jam, Little Bunny, like probably. I'm gonna be honest. It probably woken a lot of like forests to the idea of playing that. Honestly, it's probably what started the catalyst. A lot of it.
Oh, I mean, actually, I'll take that back. Misty
Misty
from
yeah.
Pokemon, yeah. That.
Yeah, I mean, like growing up as a kid, and she's like the primary female like protagonist.
It was
Yeah.
shorts.
I mean, honestly, yeah.
What about her sisters?
Meh.
Well, okay. Back when I was a kid, I would have said Misty, but now it's like, well, yeah, for fucking sisters.
I don't remember the
As a
sisters.
kid,
Her
you
sisters
see
were-
Misty like every episode. You don't see her sisters, and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
sisters. Well, like, I don't think they weren't really rude with her. They were just like, I don't think they were rude at all. I just think wasn't Misty just
An
trying
asshole?
to like
Oh.
look up to him or something?
Was trying to
General.
be the gym leader, even though that she was the youngest, and they didn't want her to be because they already had 3 that were bigger. Yes, that wasn't the correct wording, but that's basically what it was.
Gotcha. I just
Yeah.
can't remember if they were mean or not, but no,
They
looking
were
at it
kind
now,
of-
it's like,
I think they
I
were
have
very
no
like
idea what you guys are
thinking
talking
that
about.
Pokemon.
they were better
don't
than
worry
her.
about it.
Come on,
Yeah.
anime.
Pokemans. I remember
Story.
Pokemans. No,
Don't worry about it. Just fix your mic.
I did. Oh, did you see that?
Mhm.
Yeah, because it's like I don't know, some fucking damn. Every time something updates, the world ends.
So, what about you two?
Minecraft?
You said you didn't really have any, but
No,
okay.
not really.
Not any particular kill was like, wow, this makes me like.
World of Warcraft.
Horny.
Jesus.
As the guy who didn't want to say anything, you show putting out these words.
No.
He's very
Not that
choosy on which
it would
parts
take
he
me a while to
says.
think because I honestly don't remember most of them.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
that's the issue I'm having.
Yeah, that's-
Yeah.
That
I
was
can
an issue
remember-
for everyone I heard.
I can remember this
Okay.
kill.
All of you
kind
were
of.
older.
I can remember this kill fondly.
Y'all
Terra
didn't
from
have
Teen
as much back then.
Titans. Wow, everyone fucking just talked over me and walked.
Yeah.
over.
Like, what did you say?
Who was it?
Terra from Teen Titans.
Is she the blonde one?
Yes,
The-
she
the-
was
the-
the Oathbender
Oh yeah, there was a
The
That,
Earthbender.
Titan.
with Beast Boy. I just can't. I don't like looking back at it. And it's like, well, I can look at these other characters, but at the time, I distinctly remember. I'm like, wow, she's cool. And it's like that's probably
don't
the like
remember
most
her.
standout. But looking back at it, those like other characters, like my taste now find different. But at the
Raven
time,
from Teen Titans. What was their name? Raven.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Raven and Starfire.
I like Snowfall.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Starfire, like the alien girl.
Yeah.
I liked Raven more. Of course,
I like
I like
Raven,
Raven's,
yeah.
I like Raven's abilities more, but I like Starfire's ability.
Well, the thing I
personality.
think about is I like Penny in this game, and she's depressing as shit too. So you know,
You have a thing for
Penny
emo.
on type.
See,
Have it type.
Starfire reminded me of a friend, like a childhood friend that I grew up with. So like, it was like weird at the time.
Yeah.
'Cause
Didn't she have like? Does she look like an alien or does she look normal?
No,
I thought she had
but, like-
something that slightly
This will be
would
on
indicate
recording,
that
but
she was an
thank you,
alien.
Blake, for the
So-
sub.
Okay, well, she was an alien. But
You're
I'm
8
saying,
months.
I thought you meant.
Yeah,
my
but did she
first
have
friend
anything
was an
physically
alien.
to indicate that?
She was orange.
No, she
She was
wasn't.
orange with green eyes.
Who are we
she
talking
was.
about?
Starfire
she
was
was.
orange.
Yeah, she was orange. Like,
Starfire
you're
was
talking about her
orange with red
skin?
hair. Yes.
Yeah.
Little skin
She
tone
was,
is bright orange. Even
she
in
was
the comic.
orange, and her outfit was like purplish.
Yeah, okay, well, the outfit doesn't mean she's an alien, but
Oh, no,
having
I'm...
orange fucking like dyed skin, like not like tan orange, but like literal bright orange.
Jim the Sims, thank you
Like,
for your 29 months.
Glowing green eyes.
Over 2
Who can
years.
fly? I think
See,
that
it was
means you're an
29
alien.
months. It's a long
Did not
time.
look like that in Teen Titans, and that's all I know
Man is
from.
technically an alien. He looks like the rest of us. I'd like to point this out.
Yeah, well, okay, well, that's like just because they want the storyline of he's like trying to blend in. Well, he's like so close that they're blending in that he just has the super strength and whatnot. Well, literally, Starfire can fucking fly and shoot lasers.
In Teen Titans, the animated, she did not have orange skin.
Hold up. Are you
did.
talking about
I am looking at a picture of it right now. She had normal skin.
Are you talking about the shitty version or the good version back in the day?
The 2003 to
Oh,
2002.
two. Oh my god, I forgot there was the other one for a second.
I will
By the
post this
way,
too. I got this. I got you,
When you're
Trace.
talking about we're older, you just gotta. Everybody's gotta remember. It's not that we're older. It's that Blake is closest to death of all of us.
See, that is orange.
That's orange.
Yeah, it's orange.
Where are you
She has
looking?
green. She has green.
Podcast topics.
Why does
Well,
this feel like
Somebody like post Robin from that same series.
this is like the
Robin?
Reddit debate? What color is
That
the
is
color
not
of the
orange.
Oh,
Skin
sorry.
tone.
Going actually same show, but another character in the same category is her sister. Blackfire her name? I can't
Yeah,
remember.
I think so.
Yeah, Blackfire. Yeah, her sister. Like that actually might be. But she might be more than Terra, but Terra at least had like more of an oak. Well, Blackfire only came in for a few episodes. But man, her sister was way better, in my opinion.
Yeah. There you go. There's the illustration of the
That's-
difference.
That's not. That's the old. Okay, that's not even old Robin. That's like new old Robin. Well, they're
Is
like
that from the same
technically
show
child.
though? That's not even the same show.
No,
is it?
because you can look in the background, and that's the new Robin from the
No,
new show.
no, that's a baby. Remember they had a clone.
Yeah, Teen Titans Go.
Is that the same show that those two come from? I don't
Hold
So
on.
the
think
top one is the old one, I think.
Uh-huh.
The bottom one is the new one, and they had to redraw the old one.
Yeah, but I'm saying the redraw is not even close.
Yeah,
to
that
the,
doesn't look like him. He
I'm
has
he's
trying to
way
get skin
way more
tones.
small.
like his
Oh.
head is way bigger. Like Jesus' head is bigger.
No, I want like Jesus Christ. I want to compare skin tones. That's the whole point of this.
I will.
Oh
hold
my
on.
god.
Jesus Christ, I'm getting. It's
Hold
like-
on.
Okay, this is Teen Titans Go,
Yeah.
the shitty version, you know. Which she's still orange.
Hey, look at the picture I posted. That's not orange.
She's
I
definitely
think-
darker than Robin. She's especially more orange than Robin.
Yeah, they're
Are
not
you-
the same. That's,
are you
that's,
sure-
That's something you can get.
Are you sure someone didn't draw that?
Yeah, that's something different.
The
That doesn't
official
look
wiki.
like the official wiki. That makes it wiki.
Official.
You're official.
Ooh.
Yeah,
God, looking at how many
I can.
fan I can't like sort through.
Oh,
Find
no,
the
Okay.
no,
actual, like,
here's one
screen
that
cap.
she's African American.
Oh,
Wow.
they have a Teen Titans show.
Oh,
And they changed role. You gotta.
oh my.
Stop. You gotta
Is
phrase
it
that a little better too.
posted?
Sounds.
I was just shocked that it was like right below the animated picture was a real life person. It was really weird. I also just found one that
Uranus.
she basically has no clothes on.
Let's say we're slipping very close into
Welcome,
the era
welcome to the world of Cosmo. Oh,
Oh, that's normal comic right there.
That's Starfire like straight from the comic. Yeah.
Jesus,
'Cause-
I like we're doing this on
That's why it's probably
Audio
not
only?
Yeah.
broadcast.
Yeah.
I think the comic version she didn't like clothes, is what I remember reading at some point.
Well, she's an alien. They don't wear clothes. They don't wear clothes. On
There you
this
go. That's
planet.
good. Yeah, that's good. Showing all the five
Yeah,
Teen
it's like
Titans.
she's there. You go.
And
That's
saying
it.
how bright orange she is.
Yeah,
And that-
she's very much bright orange. Either that or Robin needs to see the sun a lot more.
You know what? Let's do the Robin one. That should be funny.
He is a creature
Okay.
of the night.
Case
Yeah.
closed.
Yeah, he
Kiss-
works with Batman.
Yeah.
Maybe she just goes to the
Shit.
same spray tan guy as the Dawn.
The dog?
Dawn. The
Oh.
Dawn.
I thought you said dog. I was like, why is the
What
dog
dog?
going to the?
What are you saying? The Dawn. Oh,
Yes.
I heard dog too, and
Yeah,
I was so
see?
confused. I was like, I remember watching the show. I don't remember a dog. I mean, there might have been a dog. Beast Boy turned into a dog, but
I
you
think he
know.
did actually.
Well, she actually had a grub.
Turned
that-
into anything. Of course, he could turn into it. Oh
She had a
shit.
grub that acted like a dog. Which, that is also pretty alien. Have a female, I mean, have a pet grub, like, thing. I think he turned into a butterfly as well. It's a
What a
weird
grub
little-
then, isn't it?
No, it was like
It's
a little maggot.
caterpillar.
No, it was like a little maggot.
But a caterpillar turns into.
I'm
a
not
butterfly.
I'm not looking at a photo of it right now. You've had too many photos.
Does
Did we?
caterpillar?
Someone look up a photo of it.
I guess caterpillars turn into moths too.
Anyway,
It's like becoming an existential discussion now.
anyway.
I almost spelled pumpkin the very southern way. Pumpkin.
Pumpkin.
Pumpkin. Punkin. Pumpkin.
Oh, don't worry, my southern family says. Wait,
Pumpkin.
well, my grandma pronounces shrimp, shrimp.
Shrimp. Shrimp salad. Or shrimp. I like shrimp. That's my favorite way. I do that on purpose though.
I needed to send her a. I needed to call her before.
Podcast invite?
So, no, absolutely not.
Jesus.
That is one way to ruin my life. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anytime. I'm here all week.
I didn't hear what he said, but
Don't worry
Don't-
about it.
don't repeat it.
But go
Forget
ahead.
about it.
Well, you know, this is a good time for
That sounds
Abe.
weird with an Australian
Talk
accent.
about renewable energy. Go ahead, give us a lesson.
Oh, like an odd transition, but okay, I'm good to go. So basically,
I got my research material.
how you will.
I have a PowerPoint ready.
okay, Grams, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, basically the big idea, well not big idea, the big talk currently right now is it's the idea of rethinking about nuclear energy again. Because, like, let me ask, for starters, everyone's thoughts on, like, nuclear energy. What do you think it is, and would you be, like, for example, okay with one being in, like, your city or neighborhood?
Yep.
There is one here.
I don't know where you live.
There's
No.
one near here, but I'm not a fan.
You're not a fan? The bot went away.
Yeah.
God damn it, Abe.
Don't talk about it.
Yeah, we don't talk about that.
It's like Fight Club.
What I keep doing?
Yes.
You've
Great
broken
movie,
Abe.
by the way.
What? Like,
He said great movie, by the way, because I mentioned Fight Club.
Oh, I
yeah.
thought you said pumpkin.
What?
the movie? What is this? Children of the Corn 2.0?
Yeah.
Huh?
Children of the Pumpkins. What's going on tonight? We went from
Well-
giddy to just fucking nuts tonight.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think Trace has probably just left at this point.
He's muted and deafened, and again, the bot is gone. I don't want to keep going if the bot is gone.
Keep going.
I don't care about the bot.
Well, I'm still waiting on people's responses on the, like, I think I've only heard 3 people talk about whether they'd be okay with a nuclear power plant in their neighborhood or city.
With the way
Well,
things have
it's-
changed recently, or not even just recently, like the amount of safety that goes around those things, the chances of
And I point
something
out Japan.
going catastrophically wrong.
Also Japan. They
Can I
have
point
been,
out that they,
Yeah,
had, they
that's
had a tsunami and they don't know they're gonna dump that right back in the ocean? Freaking
Yeah,
nuclear water.
they're saying
They're not
they're,
meant to be on the ocean. They're meant fresh water only.
wait, what? Say that again?
Yeah. Nuclear power plants are not meant to be run on salt water. They're only meant to be run.
No,
on
no,
fresh
the,
water.
the water they used to flush it when it failed, they're gonna dump that back in the ocean.
Yeah, they,
They're gonna start. There's the problem I have with it. I would love nuclear power if their waste didn't. Basically, we have a hole that we throw the shit in. And you,
On the
me,
side of
your
the
kids,
mountain.
my kids, and all our kids will be long dead by the time that shit stops being radioactive.
Yeah.
So that's the problem I have with it.
Yeah, so the big
Oh,
issue,
okay.
the big issue. Well, let me just say my point then. That the big issue that I feel like everyone, and anytime you ever hear nuclear disasters, the fact, well, nuclear energy is the disaster part, and the fact that they always point out to the failed moments when, like, for example, Chernobyl, Fukushima, the fact that we don't know how to take care of this waste, and
7 Mile Island.
yeah,
another
that's it. But the thing that I feel gets overlooked is that we have a bunch of other ones going, and some information just to float around is the fact that yes, they have been taking these down recently, but not because they're dangerous, but because they're like expired. These things need maintenance, and no one's really maintaining as well as they should. But they are active. They are around, and while they're active, I don't think I've heard on the news really that like that. What's the word I'm looking for? Like expressed extremely, or let's say something like that, about people. Well, maybe because it's very niche, but people saying that the radiation has been like killing them. Like the more that I hear about like issues is, for example, they make documentaries or like what should I call that? Movie clips or whatever you want about the fracking industry, obviously, but I'd never hear something like of that scale for nuclear power. It's always about how they're trying to make it better. And again, we have nuclear power plants up, and I'm pretty sure they know how to maintain this stuff. And yes, it is dangerous, but it's not like we're going to be just throwing it out there. As soon as, like, obviously, as soon as someone is found being irresponsible with this stuff, they're going to take like 10 steps back because they already have a bad reputation. Well, yeah, because like, well, again, people already
remember,
process
businesses run these power. They're not. They remain. They're, enforced by the government, but
like,
businesses run them. You think businesses care?
Nope.
I
No,
feel
they
like
don't.
no, I feel like it. No, like
Well,
kinda
mine
wanna
does because
drop-
they're the ones that does the work on them.
I kind of want to draw a comparison with like
Yours
Not
is still run by a
vaccines.
private industry. They still make money off of it. That's the whole point of it. It's
Isn't
less
run-
regulated than other ones, but it's still run by private industry. All power companies are.
Yeah.
That's how
Well,
they're regulated by the governments.
I mean, think of
I thought
Texas.
I thought they were a utility.
Yeah.
What?
Well, Texas is because they're completely independent from the grid, so they kind of roll back some of those shit that they shouldn't have probably.
So, just a side note, ERCOT, that company that runs this Texas power grid, they put out a notice or a conserve energy notice the other
Yeah,
day.
I saw that when the temperature dropped a few degrees.
Yeah, and it was still probably like 50 to 70 degrees. It was 80
Let's
here,
see.
but yeah.
Abe, Yucca Mountain
Yeah, I know that was a designated
is
spot for
not was.
I feel like it wasn't approved, or I'm thinking maybe of something else.
No.
But yeah, that's where they designate to drop nuclear waste.
They've been
right?
dropping nuclear waste there since 1987. Is
Yeah.
when it was approved.
And has any stories come out about that?
It sounds like a slogan. Dropping
Here's
waste.
the
Not that
problem.
you're ever going to hear.
Yeah. The problem is,
You always hear rumors. Even
it doesn't
something
matter,
tiny.
Abe. It's going to be around. The problem with nuclear waste is it's bad if we're all, the U.S. is wiped off the face of the earth, right? And 100 years from now, some kid that just happens to be wandering through picks up that piece of nuclear waste. Guess what? And puts it in his pocket. He's still getting cancer and dying.
Yeah.
It doesn't. It has the shelf life on its way too long.
I feel
That's
like,
my
though,
main problem with it.
Yeah, but I feel like though. Again, scientists know this,
Yes.
and again, it's one of those issues. I feel like most of the times you get nuclear disaster stories is because the people that run this aren't doing a good job at it. Like I think the Fukushima one, it was found out that they weren't prepared. Like what was it? They weren't the storm walls, whatever it's called for the tsunami. They weren't put on level that they should have been for the kind of event that is a tsunami. That is common. That would happen
But the
in
problem is,
Japan.
people are people.
Yeah,
Regardless
that's
who
the thing.
regulates it or something, it's still.
But if it's
I'm not gonna
so,
say
are
it's a
you saying
nuclear
is the
bomb, that's
nuclear the problem or the people the problem or both? Is what I'm saying.
both?
Both.
Yeah. So
Because you can't have one without the other.
no, okay. So the two problems that you listed to me were nuclear power. No, I mean nuclear waste is gonna last too long, so don't do it. And people can't regulate being like responsible, so they're not. They shouldn't be doing it. So, but right now it exists for both scenarios. Exist. Like, doesn't France have a lot of power running from nuclear energy?
France has a lot of nuclear power, and guess where they dump all of their nuclear waste?
In the ocean.
England.
No.
Where?
Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Australia.
See,
didn't know
that's
that.
the problem I have with it. It's got to go somewhere.
There is a
That would-
government, the French government has an agreement with the Australian government. We just basically bury it out in the middle of the Northern Territory
So
somewhere.
here's my question for you, Abe. If I said the U.S. government is going to buy the state of Arizona or Nevada, let's say Nevada.
They already own most of it.
It is a lot of
Yeah.
federal land, though.
Okay. There is a thing I've heard, I don't know if it's true or not, that if you covered the landmass of Nevada in solar panels, it would power the U.S. That would be enough power if we could store it and have it there. Which, if you think about the U.S. as a landmass, that's not that much of the U.S. If
But-
you scatter that
Well,
throughout
they
the U.S.
say
Landlocked?
if you can do the Sierra Desert, like the very top half of Africa, that will do the whole planet.
Yeah. The sun is like this giant thing that sits in the sky and just spits power out.
But think of the environmental issues with that, with covering an entire state
If
like
you're
that,
okay
or a
with
large
covering
area.
Oh, yeah.
all of the
Okay.
Sahara
No,
Desert
no,
with
that-
solar
So-
panel, then you
That's
can
not-
also
that-
designate a dump
that's-
spot for nuclear waste.
That's
Okay.
a visual. I'm not saying actually cover it, but
Yeah, mine's
imagine that
also a visual.
landmass spread across a country, like on rooftops.
Imagine,
So
already
I'm gonna have
existing.
to find.
imagine a desert where nothing can survive and there's no water, and that's where you dump the nuclear waste.
I mean,
The
even in
problem is
deserts,
things
there's
live
stuff
in
that survives.
deserts.
Yeah,
What are you talking about?
They've
Things live in
literally-
the driest places.
yeah,
Wait,
they've
wait.
literally
One person at a
adapted themselves
time.
to live in the desert.
All right.
Yeah.
So going back to the solar panel and over Africa thing,
In the ground.
And
putting solar
But you have
panels
the
over
rains in
there.
Africa would cause a
Well,
problem with solar panels in Africa.
Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on,
Continue
hold
along.
on.
Raining down in Africa.
Thank you. Okay, so right now the trees are basically the desert's expanding, it's killing the trees. They're saying if you actually do the solar panel thing, you do, and you start planting trees back, the actual trees will start taking back over the desert,
Oh yeah, I've heard of that.
and it will actually help cool off
Well,
too.
either way, you're going to kill off a part of the. 'cause
You're
there's gonna
changing
be
an
animals
environment.
And, yeah, but what
But
I'm
again, a
saying is-
desert's not that high in animal and
Here-
vegetation life.
So, Abe, if you covered every roof in America, do you think that would be the landmass of Arizona or more? Every
the
rooftop
numbers.
has solar panels on it. Every
Yeah.
imagine, think about all the rooftops in America. Why
Now
are we not
that-
concentrating on something like that?
yeah,
Well-
that would be more.
I want to go
There
back
are-
one
we're
step
already-
and
those
say that
houses and stuff are already affecting. The
I want to
thing,
go back
right?
one step and say that I also, again, the topic is renewable, not just nuclear.
Yeah.
But I wanted
Well,
to still
nuclear
go
is
with
not really
nuclear because,
renewable.
again, it's the most controversial. Yeah, that's the word.
Well, nuclear's
and-
not renewable
That's
either.
not
It's just
renewable.
so
I
that
know it's also not renewable because the stuff doesn't. Yeah, obviously it's radiation and the stuff decays. But
And then
the
at a certain point,
idea,
it's still radioactive. It's just not useful anymore.
the idea then for the entire purpose of the topic then renewable is to say how much are we willing to use non-renewables to get to sustainable renewables. One of them being nuclear energy.
The problem I have with that is the road to hell is paved in good intention.
So what's the road paved to heaven?
I don't
Okay,
know.
that got
the-
philosophical. Okay,
What?
let's not go that way.
What's
Well,
the
you're
back
talking
street
about
to
the-
get
you're
around that?
saying, You're saying the means will justify the ends. That's never a good argument.
No.
That, hey, we just gotta do nuclear for now, and eventually we'll
Well,
get
we're
to
doing
there. Is
fossil
the
fuel
means
for
will
now.
justify the? Well, that's a problem I'm very much against.
Yeah.
I can't. I'm trying to fight all I can, but I'm only one person. I mean, my state
I
has
would
one of the
think-
worst ratings for solar panels. Or like our power company will charge you to have solar panels. That's how backwards my dumbass state is. That the cousin fuckers that live here are.
Sweet
God.
husband.
Huh?
Sweet Home Alabama?
Sweet Home Alabama.
Yeah, well, thank God for fucking Mississippi. And that's probably going to change here soon with the idiots that are in office. But I can't do anything about that. But there is solar is it's becoming more common. The trick is the way we're going to get out of this hole we've dug ourselves in that some people think we're not in. That's another problem we have, is that there's some people out there who think, oh, we're okay, everything's fine. They'll be the people up to their eyeballs in water going, it's okay. but what we've got to do is do what we've already kind of slowly been doing, but make it, invest and put more stuff into it. It says LED lights that use less energy. All our appliances use a hell of a lot less energy than they used to. We're having more cars are getting more and more fuel efficient. Even I drive a gas powered car. I think my next car will probably be a hybrid, but it's so fuel efficient. It's a decent sized car, but it's so fuel efficient, and that's because of the push. And that's what we've got to keep pushing for. Is hydro is a good option. I mean, we've been using hydro for a long time. We've already got a lot of dams in place, and I bet you if we reinvested in some of those dams, we might be able to squeeze a little more power out of them with today's technology. If you look at a lot of hydro plants, the impellers and stuff they use are the same ones that were installed in like the 60s. I bet you we can, with the computer technology we have, could probably make a little more efficient stuff.
Yeah, because the way gas turbines are now compared to how they use, they're always getting efficiency out of them.
Yeah, everything with the computer age coming in, everything gains efficiency. That's what that does. The finer you can control how you manufacture stuff, the more efficient it can be. That's why solar panels, I mean, right now, Elon Musk is a fucking madman, all right? I'm not testing for him or anything, but he did help push this change. Because right now, Tesla, is it Tesla? Who the fuck what is this solar panel company called?
It's part of Tesla.
Yeah. It has the solar roof. And you know what they look like? They look like fucking tile. They look like regular, it looks like a fucking regular roof. It's not even panels. It exists. I mean, it's probably in its early stages, but something like that exists where your house can look normal and still produce energy. The only reason that stuff is not more common or cheaper is because if you produce your own energy, you don't pay as much to the power company, and they don't like that. That's the problem. It drives me nuts. Like right now, you talk about renewable energy and efficiency. You've heard of geothermal, right?
Yeah.
It's basically a heat pump that does heat exchanges with the ground instead of the air, right?
Yeah.
But the reason it's not popular is because it's
heat pump.
That's what geothermal basically is. It's a heat pump. That your heat pump, if you haven't, you live up north, don't you?
Yep.
Okay, so you probably have an air conditioner and a heater, right? Separate. Here in the south, we have what's called a heat pump, and what it does is there's an inside unit and outside unit. And what it does is it squeezes cool air out of the air in the summertime, and it squeezes hot air out of the air outside in the wintertime. I don't know how it fucking works. It uses coolant and stuff, like refrigerant and stuff. But that's what it does, right? That's also why we have like a strip in there that when it gets too cold for it to work, it kicks in like a giant radiant heater. But that's what we have here, and that's what's becoming more and more common as they get more efficient. But a geothermal does a similar thing where the ground is always a 60 degrees, I think is what it is at all times, if you go deep enough. So basically, your gap there is in the summertime, instead of trying to pull cool air out of 100-degree air down here, you're pulling it out of 60-degree air. See what I'm saying? So it's a more efficient heat pump. That's like but that's the reason people didn't do that, is because you would have to pay $30,000-$40,000 because you'd have to get like this giant drilling thing out there. You can't, you live in a small neighborhood with a 6,000 foot lot. You can't bring a giant drill rig in there to do your stuff,
Don't tell me
so
how to live
it
my
was
life.
very cost proficient, huh?
I said, don't tell me how to live my life.
Well, you couldn't probably even fit it in your backyard to do it in the first place. Because if you ever seen one of those, you've probably seen them, those giant drilling rigs they use. It's a similar one to what they use for oil. It's probably the same one. Well, there's a company I just saw that are trying to do it smaller, and they've built a smaller machine and stuff like that. But that's something that I hope becomes more common. Like, because right now, this is their more efficient, they're more financially feasible one. It was still $19,000 for a heat pump, or a geothermal. which is still a hell of a lot cheaper, but that's the path we have to take to eventually, when you next time you get your AC replaced, I'll tell you right now, I had my AC replaced in this house 2 years ago. It was $5,000. That was inside and out. And this one is kind of like that in the same way. It works a similar way where it's a in and out, but no outside unit because it just uses the coolant pass through the hoses into the ground. But that's where renewables got to go. We've got to just become efficient and then find other ways to generate power. There's plenty of ways.
Can I continue with your efficiency statement and the fact that there has been history throughout the years of us getting better technology, like a bigger, like we got a better refrigerator, so we made it bigger. We got a better car, so they made them bigger. But people don't like to tend to be efficient. If something becomes efficient, they like to do well. Let me rephrase that. People don't tend to stop with being efficient. They get more of what they want because it's efficient now. Like it satisfies more needs. Like refrigerators back then were definitely tinier than what they are now. The same thing for cars. The same thing for a lot of appliances
Still the
that use.
same in Europe. Europe still uses very small fridges.
Yeah, but that's not really the mindset for everybody. I feel people like to expand if something becomes more efficient. I think. And to me, in that mindset, we are gonna need more power than I feel if we come to that situation where we're gonna need more power than what renewables will be able to get. In like the worst case scenario is we're running low on fossil fuels. We have renewables up and running, but we still need more power. And that's a scenario that also has to be considered. And not to try to bring back the nuclear argument, but it's just something that I'm thinking. Like,
would you say burning hydrogen is an option if that becomes a problem?
No, I'm thinking, what is going to be?
Because hydrogen is everywhere.
Yeah, that too. But what is going to be a more better solution extending a better solution for energy demands than just having renewables is also getting people in the mindset of being conservative with their power.
Yeah, the mindset's got to change. Yeah.
That's for sure.
So that's something I feel is going to be more expanded than the renewables. So
it's already been pushed a little bit. Like all of my lights in this house are LED.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one of the first things I did. Turning off lights, having smart things that turn off your lights for you. Those all help with all this.
And she talks to you.
I kind of want to turn away. I kind of want to turn away from what I said.
It's annoying.
I kind of want to turn away with what I said because obviously it's I think it's going to go off topic to renewables, but it's definitely something.
Well, nuclear for right now, it was a thought, but do I think we should have more of them? No. Do I think that we're kind of stuck with the ones we have until we can find something else out? Yeah.
I think the argument that I was going to build up with nuclear that I just remembered is the fact of how many people are suffering from fossil fuels versus how many people would suffer from nuclear. And yes, we would have to calculate everything, even the waste. But overall, I think what I've heard is that nuclear would be better if, let's say, we never got fossil fuels, or we had to, let's say, go in a scenario where the transition had to happen. But obviously, it's not going to go that way because things don't work out as you want. But
nuclear would be better short term.
Yeah, and in replacement for fossil fuels, it's like the emergency button you don't want to hit.
Yeah.
That we've already it's already slightly pressed down. Somebody said a book on it or a clipboard.
My bad.
Sorry.
Wait, what? What?
Because we're already using it. It's emergency button you don't want to push, but we're already kind of partially using it. So I said it's kind of artily. Somebody's kind of like set their book on it, and it's only slightly pushed down, so we're only slightly using it. It was a joke. And by the way, the good thing about nuclear is you can always become Spider-Man.
Hell yeah.
It's more.
You haven't done it yet?
Oh, good.
Fucking dick.
What did you say? I only caught the last part of that. And it was...
I heard dick at the very end.
Yes, I heard sucking dick, and that was the last part I heard. It's like, well, we know how Alone gets his superpowers.
Speaking of, did you hear there was a baby born with 3?
With what?
I'm sorry, what?
Wait,
three.
Oh,
things.
3.
3 appendages.
Not 3 legs, 5 legs. I can do math.
Can you?
No.
Same.
Are we gonna say
That's
what
my
the
next
highest
class.
Level, are we gonna say everyone's highest level math course they've ever taken now?
Wow, you want to flex?
Oh, you want to flex a little bit?
Oh, I
there?
thought you said
because,
something else.
No, because I was great when I was young and I failed when I was older.
I've
I
forgotten
can't-
everything I ever learned.
Same.
I can't remember which, like, what my highest one was, but I know it was
12th grade.
Well,
Math.
4th grade. That's where Grim
Algebra.
made it.
No, 12th, I meant. Well, I said 12, didn't I?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
I'm
did, but I
fucking with
think Ray heard
Oh,
fourth.
okay.
No,
I was
I'm
like,
fucking
I'm
with
pretty
him.
sure I
what he
heard.
said. I was just fucking with him.
I think
See?
that was
Boy,
algebra 2.
And he jumped all over it too.
Yeah,
You know
I
what my
thought.
most useful math course was?
Your most useful, you said?
No, yeah, my most useful, the one I use most commonly.
Oh shit.
What was it called?
First
Still
grade
counts.
math, where you add stuff.
No, it was high school. It was like senior or like they teach you like stuff you actually use day to day.
You know what we should have is a freaking economics course in high school.
Yeah, that's basically what
Paragather-
it was. It
shit,
kind
I
of
can't
taught
say
you
it.
about economics, balancing your checkbook, that kind of stuff. Which
Not
I'll
investment. Interest.
be honest, I've never balanced a checkbook in my life.
I haven't either.
What does
I
that
have a
even mean?
checkbook.
Like,
I have
you
one,
say this,
but I
this is
never-
how much you're gonna set to spend. This is how much you're gonna set to save. Like, is that what's
Hey,
balancing?
it
No.
comes from used to be checks. This is hard to explain. You would write checks and you'd have to calculate for them because it could take weeks to months for them to clear. So you'd have to keep a running balance yourself of your account because stuff didn't happen like immediately like it does now.
Yeah.
Like
this is
now you have
definitely
cards.
a-
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's why I said I used to write one check a month and I hated it because. But
This is probably
that's
something my
all.
parents would tell me if I asked them because I had no idea.
But like learning how to do a budget, I don't think it's a bad idea. I mean,
It's not. Now you have all these like automated ways
Yeah, like-
to.
Like
yeah,
my
Excel,
Bank of
you just
America
click
app
on
can tell
template.
me. Yeah.
Well, and if you really want to preview out further, just click on Excel template and just plug your stuff in there. It's
Oh, yeah,
real
that
easy.
too.
Excel
it's
actually
also
has
a-
a way to plug your bank account information in, and it'll do it
Probably.
everything for you.
Oh yeah.
They have a
Probably
new,
for
All I
some
know-
businesses they do that way.
Is every time I've ever thought, and this is gonna sound, I'm a 33-year-old baby, excuse me. Every time I've thought about doing big purchases like my house, when I got my job, stuff like that, I would go. My mom has been working in Excel's and she works at a hospital in the front office, so she does a lot of accounting and stuff. And I've learned a lot about Excel, but when I see her do stuff in Excel, I'm like, I'm a moron.
yeah. There's
Th-
the formulas
there's
and
some people
stuff.
that just yeah, I know how to do some formulas, but she has stuff that she does, which I have stuff she does. The if-then formulas blow her mind. But I would take and go, okay, I'd go to my mom, we'd sit down, and we would take a couple hours, and we'd build out a budget and say, okay, and this is what you spend on this and this, and then that helps so much. And I just wish people would understand that more. I think it's part of the problem with America and the world as a whole, probably. So like, we just like, I don't know, Bill, okay, let me get out
America.
of this. Yeah, let me get some credit card debt.
Yeah.
Just a little debt.
Yeah,
Just on the
won't
side.
hurt.
Y'all like
So-
some debt?
So my next mathematics class is just general college mathematics, and then that'll be my highest. I don't know. Is microeconomics, is that math, or is that something different?
I mean, physics is also math, man, so it probably counts.
I got microeconomics and then macroeconomics. I don't know the difference between them. But yeah, general mathematics is next for me. That's gonna be fun because I suck at math. Even in high school, I struggled.
Yeah, no.
I've been okay. The problem I had, and I'm gonna sound like a very old
I'm
person.
okay now.
So
I
the
had a
question is,
problem where if I would actually pay attention in school, I could have probably done a lot better than what I did do, which is sleep through school.
I slept through my one of my science classes, and the teacher still passed me. I
I'll
never
tell
did
you right
any
now,
work.
You want to find a way to piss off teachers? What I would do is like history. I love history. I've always loved history.
Yeah.
So what I would do is like I'd get a history class, in that first week or so, I'd just read the complete textbook. And then I would sleep through the class, and every time we had a test or something like that, a worksheet to do, I would ace it. Do you know how many times I got accused of cheating? because I would sleep through their lectures and never take notes. You're cheating. How are you doing this? Who are you copying from? I'm like,
It's
just-
history.
I-
Everyone knows history.
Yeah,
Everyone can
history
look
is
it up.
not
doesn't-
that difficult.
it
Yeah,
doesn't
that's-
change. You read it
Probably-
once, you know it.
Depends on what kind of history. Like Euro history is probably the one that has the most.
Euro
Yeah,
history?
learn. Yeah,
European.
European history.
Oh.
I mentioned Asian history has a little bit of a leg up on
Yeah.
European history.
Yeah.
It's a little bit older.
I'm glad we're having this.
We're
Sing school.
expanding.
For some of us are still in school. But yeah,
That's
Some of us
cool.
are.
yeah, I'm still in school.
Oh, are you?
Blake is closest to death.
I'm still getting my degree.
Blake
I
is
got,
closest to being history.
I got
There, it's
screwed
that.
over because of COVID,
You
obviously.
bring this up.
Yo,
I have
yo,
to
Blake,
remind
What are you,
people.
what are you implying, Ray?
yo,
Yeah,
Blake,
he's
when you
closest to
said that,
death.
just say, at least I'm not bald. Just go
Wow.
with the bald joke back.
Wow. Wow.
Wow.
Bald jokes don't bother me. It's been years since I've had hair.
Well, yeah, you
Age
gotta-
jokes don't bother me.
yeah. But see, there you go. Just
He's been closest to death for a long time.
I've been close to death for
Since
forever.
he lives in Australia, he can walk
No, that's
outside and
true.
die.
Yeah. That's the other thing. Yeah. I think me or Trace might be the next closest as far as like animals that can kill us, maybe.
I'm more afraid of people than animals around here.
That's true. That too. Well, America, we might be more in danger than I go out in the street and get shot.
Well, yeah, there's that too.
Oh,
I'm gonna back off, Trace.
no. I had a dog joke. Say
No.
A dog joke?
Tark.
I heard.
dog.
Oh,
Oh.
that's dark in and of itself.
I heard dog.
I just understood what he
Anyway.
just meant.
Anyway, yeah.
Left off.
I love animals, so like I'm not afraid of most animals.
If
I-
you go to
again,
Australia,
even
you
like
will
a-
be.
Even with like a bear, like
I'm afraid of
shut up.
the. I'm afraid
I'd
of the
be more
pointy part of
afraid-
the animals.
I'd be more afraid of it, like trying to get out of my dog than at me.
What? Is
The
the
pointy
penises?
parts of the animals. No, the freaking claws and fangs and needles.
I think he's talking about the
Needles?
penises.
Yeah, that's alright.
Like a bee.
The
What,
animals
He's
are
talking
used
about
syringes.
desquitos. He's talking about desquitos.
I'm not in the planes yet.
I really.
What about like rattlesnakes, alligators, cottonmouths?
All of those, all of those are here in Texas.
Yeah, that's what I'm
I
saying.
don't really care about most of them. I mean, snakes.
But Texas is so big, you can see stuff far off. It's like Australia; you can just see it.
Yeah, well, no, because we
Well,
have
like-
uh,
There's just nothing out there.
Fine.
It's
That's such
No.
a stupid joke. I'm sorry. It's just a stupid joke. Made me laugh though. I know it's not like that. Like I'm joking. I'm not an idiot. I play
Are
an
you
idiot
sure
on
you don't
TV,
know
but I'm
that?
not an idiot. What?
Nothing.
What'd you say?
You
Nope.
sure you
What'd you say?
Say it.
Nope.
What'd you say too?
Are
Say
you
it.
sure? That's all I said.
That I'm not an idiot? I'm pretty sure. I mean, there's nothing serious. I'm not that much of an idiot. Let's put it that way. I'm sure I'm an idiot some way or another.
You know, while saying this, I'm just singing American Idiot in the back of my head.
Back of your head. Is that
Sorry,
how you say
sorry.
that?
is that what you sing?
Something that made me laugh
In the
my head
back,
off.
in my head, it's relatively the same.
Oh yeah, because that
Back
gives
of
me
my
middle
mind.
language.
I think
Yeah,
that's
back
what
of
you-
my mind.
Don't
Yeah,
fucking
that.
police me, okay? So,
Well, no, I mean you can say whatever way you want, but that just warped my brain because I could picture a mouth in the back of your head now, and that won't leave my mind for a long time.
you're welcome.
Thank you.
New emote?
Oh God. Good, Grim.
Yeah, you can have that one, Grim.
Okay,
It's free. Won't charge you anything.
sweet.
I'm not gonna lie. I did leave to call my grandma, and when I came back, it was all out debate over the energy topic.
You just let it go.
You know the gif of I forget what show it was, but it's Donald Glover walking back. Is this a show? The gif of the guy walking back with like a pizza, and the apartment's on fire.
Yeah, it's also the meme. Yeah, everything's on fire.
Yeah, everything's on. Yeah,
Everything is fine.
Yeah, it's basically what I walk back into, and I'm just like, this actually might make for a good podcast. It's like I'm the director of like a show that's.
But we had to. It wasn't. I don't know
shit.
that I'd call that an argument. I mean, I didn't feel like. I thought it was a discussion more than anything. I don't think
Yeah.
anybody here got angry.
That's the most.
I feel like
That's most
I
top
got lost
Oh,
at the
here
beginning
comes Abe.
because. Sorry, I feel like I got lost in the beginning because I was trying to A, present my argument, while also B, trying to also remember information. So that's where I
Yeah.
stumbled in.
And I don't think Abe was mad, but Abe just sounds mad sometimes when he's not.
Again,
That's
I
something
couldn't
I've
get
learned.
what I wanted to say through.
So you're like mad at yourself, but projecting it out, and we were all like, pissing Abe off a little bit.
Nah, don't really get like it's like this isn't the first group where people tell me I sound mad when I'm not mad, and I'm not saying
I think
group,
it's
I'm saying,
hilarious. You remind me of Lewis Black, the comedian.
but
I
no,
don't know if you know
yeah.
who that is. He just sounds pissed. Even if you have a regular conversation with him, he just sounds mad about it.
Yeah, but my parents also tell me that I sometimes have the habit of this, and I think I've said this before. But again, it's just either me not being able to say what I want correctly, or I just accidentally talk in a higher tone than I should. But I never get mad, like for evidence. Like I've never been in a fight. I've never actively insulted people. I've never like done stuff like that. So.
I do it every
Well,
day
the
at
trick I
work.
tell people when I tell people, like if they ask if I'm mad, I'm like, the trick I can tell you is if I'm mad at you, I won't talk to you. If I'm talking to you, I'm not mad at you. That's the trick.
Yeah, but I have the personality of being very quiet ever since I was young, so
So
it's
you're
hard
mad at
for me.
everybody.
No, I'm just a silent person.
That's okay
I
to
really-
be mad at the world. I mean, I feel that way sometimes.
No, like this was.
In your general direction.
I just remembered in high school there was this freaking voting contest we had for like
Most
for
mad.
people that stand out in class, and what well, not stand out in class, people that have certain traits in class, and one of the traits was who's the most quietest, and it was literally between me and some other girl, I think, because we literally never spoke. But
I
again,
thought you were gonna say it was between me and a mute girl. That's what I thought you were gonna say.
no, like. No, she had friends, but again, she was also a quiet person
I
like
said
me.
mute. Why does a mute person not have friends to you?
She would.
No.
The implication that you're telling me here is that someone that's mute is probably not going to be social.
Well, you said
what
the
I'm saying.
quietest. You said the thing was for the quietest. So that was the joke, was that a mute person would be quiet.
I hate this.
Yeah.
I really
think
do.
I love
that-
this.
I think that was clear. Was that not clear to anybody else? Am I offending people?
This is
I
going
don't
the
care.
direction I want it to go to.
It's comedy, so there's a little bit of a pass on certain parts of comedy.
I'm
Right.
just glad you didn't use the old term for it,
What?
for what a mute person is.
Oh, yeah, that's stupid. Oh, wow. That was a dumb joke I made on my own.
Uh-huh.
See, I told you,
God,
I'm
mean.
sometimes an idiot. I am on TV, so I'm playing my part. That was all meant to be.
That is my job?
I'm
Be
sorry.
the idiot.
Meow.
He's
true.
stealing
you.
my job. He's stealing my gym.
Here, let me
My
say the
Jeep.
fact that, in conclusion, let me say the fact that you know I'm not angry because I'm also apologetic sometimes. But yeah. End of conclusion. End of comment.
In conclusion,
So, like,
Are we
if
writing
you
an
were in a
essay?
If me and Abe were in a relationship, he'd punch me in the face and go immediately go, "I'm sorry." And then that would. I'm sorry for this as he's swinging. Sorry, Abe. I just mess with you because it's fun.
mean it.
I hope you know that. I wouldn't mess with you unless I think you
I'm sorry, but you deserve it.
Jesus. You deserve it. Wow.
Oh god, what was that one cartoon that had people crying while they were punching each other? I think maybe I'm
What?
thinking Family Guy. Some episode in Family Guy is what I'm thinking of.
Sounds very family
It sounds
killer.
like a Gumball sketch. Gumball has some really good sketches.
You say
I-
Gumball?
Yeah, the
Oh,
Amazing
yeah.
World of Gumball.
Yeah, I think
And
maybe I
actually,
saw it on
really,
there,
if you
too.
look at the like actual like how it's written, they have really good writers.
Yeah, I heard it was a good show. I never really got to get into that or Adventure Time.
Yeah,
I wanted to watch those, but
yeah, like
Cartoon
a
Network went
cute-
downhill, man.
Well, it's been downhill for a little bit. I don't want to say some particular. Okay, Steven Universe. I think when that show aired, basically ruined Cartoon Network. Personally,
Nice.
I've seen parts of that. It never looked like a good show.
I still don't even know what it's about. I know the gist of some of the
Shit.
shows, but not
It's-
even that one.
shit.
Don't bother watching it. That's basically what we are telling you. At
So,
least that's
anyways, what is nepotism?
What? Again.
Transition.
I don't know how to fucking transition to this. How about you know, Ray?
Latin.
You.
It's Latin. That's what nepotism is. It's Latin.
Thank you, Ray.
The
I know
fuck
I
was
turned
that?
you on, but Jesus Christ, Chris.
Holy shit!
It's not exactly what I was going for, but thank you.
Thank you. What, are you proud of yourself?
Yeah. I need gratitude. No. I can't say it. I can't do this.
You can do it. We believe in you.
He
You
believes in
can
himself from
do
what I just heard.
it!
Yeah, Japanese fisherman. You know that one? Blake?
I
Nope.
think he was
I thought that's what
quoting
you were
the water boy.
Okay, hold on.
Was that water boy or?
Pretty much any of the Rob Schneider bits in
Yeah, in any Adams.
in any Adam Sandler movie.
It's like Adam Sandler is the king of there's nepotism. These are my friends. I'm going to get them parts in my movies. According to you guys, that nepotism includes friends.
I thought it was just having connections and favoring
Yeah,
people.
it's just connections. It's just
favoring
like
people that have connections with you. Like it doesn't have
Do you
to be.
want to hear the thing? The Wikipedia definition?
show 'em
Yeah,
just
This is the
Wikipedia.
law.
John F.
Nepotism is a form of favoritism which is granted to relatives in various fields, including business, politics, entertainment, sports, religion, and other activities. The term originated with the assignment of nephews to important positions by Catholic popes and bishops. Nephews, nepotism. That makes sense. So
I-
it is more towards family.
I feel like you can still apply that to like.
Would you like to hear
Friends.
the Merriam-Webster definition?
Go ahead.
Also, can you look up the synonyms for nepotism for like maybe we can find it for friends and non-family members?
Nepotism is favoritism as an appointment to a job based on kinship. Excuse me. Other words for nepotism is nepotistic. And I'm pretty sure I'm saying nepotistic. Oh, sorry, I said po instead of p. Sorry. So I guess that's to be to have the be nepotistic is to like.
Like,
What was that?
Okay.
I mean, God, you guys are having issues tonight.
Uh-huh.
I'm just reading about a pope that granted jobs to his nephews, and that's where it comes from.
Is there no alternative word for it not involving family members?
Not that I can see. There's history and etymology of nepotism, which talks about the nephew thing. It's from the Latin nepot,
Do you guys have any
or
stories?
nepos, which
of-
is grandson, nephew.
Do you guys have any stories or experiences of seeing nepotism?
I don't know. I can't like not off the top of the head. Like
I've
I
seen it
can't
in
like.
some of the companies we do payrolls for. I've
Top-
seen
Yeah,
of the
I
head.
haven't
some
had it.
idiot, some kids that are owners' kids that are about as dumb as a box of rocks. They get put in really good positions.
I work at family car dealerships.
Ah, enough said.
Oh, that's upsetting.
Would you like to
I like
state?
that one of these geniuses, he wanted to put in their handbook to do things in a Christian way. All employees must do things in a Christian way, and we had to explain you can't make a Muslim person or a Buddhist person do
Oh
things
my
in a Christian way.
god!
It's like it's very simple.
But what does that even mean?
Now, I did leave the other
Yeah.
place because of the granddaughter coming in, or that was there running.
Yeah, that's the problem, and that'll kill a business eventually.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah. You know.
actually From what I hear, it's kind of going down now.
Because if you put an idiot in charge, you're gonna get what you get.
She's a micromanager.
Yeah, that's never works out well either.
I do have a story of my dad. He works at tech support for schools, and not his boss, but kind of like a supervisor kind of guy. Is basically some young kid who is probably not doing what he should be for work-related stuff, and he seems like he's a total idiot, from my dad's point of view. And he's like, he talked around, and he basically figured out the guy is basically probably knows somebody up top, because he's way too young to be in the position that he's in. And I think it was his old job, but he's left it by now, so he's better off, thankfully. But yeah, it sucks.
Sorry.
No, I finished there.
No. I was the thing was something happened in game that surprised me.
See, you could be apologetic too, Ray.
I'm apologetic. I'm just nothing but apologies. I'm the most apologetic man you ever met, and I'm also the
I don't
most.
believe that.
The apology gang. Let's do it now.
I do not believe that.
I'm also
I
the
didn't know
most
you were
humble.
Canadian.
I'm the best at being humble you've ever met. I'm the best person at being humble.
You also are really good at being sarcastic, right?
I
You
mean,
hear that, huh?
when we played TTT, he was pretty convincing.
You called me a liar?
No, I calling you.
No, he said you were
Good
pretty.
one. You sounded like Good one time. And I feel like early on, I don't think Good was a very good liar when he played deceiving games.
Yeah, he's gonna learn. I think, like I said, I think poker's helped with that. Blake can be a good liar when he wants to be too. I'll just tell you that.
Hilarious though. You kind of miss it, but it's also kind of okay because it's interesting. Well, more interesting now, let's say.
Like you, no, don't.
Interesting in a separate department.
Yeah, just like if there's certain people, Trace sometimes can be this way too. They'll say
What?
something to me, and I'll have to think real hard to see if am I an
No.
idiot or are they joking with me. It's just gotta fit. There's a line somewhere in there I've got to figure out.
What in particular do you think
Like
this
going
was?
to his place of work.
What?
Am
Like,
I
did you say you were afraid of Tress coming to your place and trying to find you or something like that?
I remember this
Am I
conversation.
having a different conversation? Is this?
Yes.
This
Am I
has happened.
crazy?
It has happened.
Holy shit! I love this
We have
idea.
eight here.
I love the idea that I'm now presented as a psycho for whatever reason.
I feel like I was giving an example of like, you know,
You haven't
the
given
whole
an example.
joke-
I'm waiting.
well, not example, but like, you know, like, can't tell if somebody's joking or not. Sometimes it's really hard to read people.
Yeah, I
And
want
you're
an
really good
example.
at that, in Blake's. I can't remember. There was a time you did that to me, and from that, and I never forget it. And I won't remember the exact thing, but I'll remember. Okay, so think real hard when you ask him something. You don't want to appear like an idiot. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Shit. Oh shit.
I really want to know this now. I
can't
need to know
remember
what's
what
so
it was.
intimidating.
Well, it wasn't as intimidating. I just have to. Sometimes he'll say stuff to me, and I'll have to think. Okay, he's serious or he's joking. Like, I don't know. And I think part of it is for me. You gotta remember, this is hard to explain. My mom is the nicest person you'll ever meet, right? She's super nice all the time, loves everybody, super friendly, except for one day of the year. One day of the year, she'll put dead snakes in the house and do all kinds of crazy shit.
What?
Yeah. You know what day of the year what she used to? There's only one day, April 1st. This woman is a different person. She'll wake you. My dad worked night shifts. She woke him out of a dead sleep and got him to drive 6 miles to the nearest gas station because her car broke down and she wasn't there, but left a note for him that said April Fools. A few years later, they were friends with his boss. She got the boss to convince him that he had been fired.
Jesus.
Is this
That was
April
probably
Fool's
the
mixed with
closest-
opposite day? Like,
Is your mom a
they-
monster?
Yes, I don't know. It's so crazy. It's so this is not her. And then on April Fools, like she pins it up all year long, and then it just all comes out. Yeah, that one was the last one she ever pulled. Like we tell her as kids and my dad, I hope you never have something bad happen to you on April Fools. Nope, none of her friends or family will show up.
Jesus
She'll be like,
Christ.
I'm in a car accident, and I'm like, we're all gonna be like, well, good luck.
Too fucking bad.
Yeah, and it's so crazy because she's the nicest. Just that part of the year, you just don't believe anything she says. Like she could be like saying some horrible shit, and we'd be like, yeah, okay.
I'm sorry, but now I have like this image that your mom is just an absolute monster.
No, it's just that one time a year, and nothing. That was the worst one, and she did regret that one because that was a little bit bad. But everything else is mostly okay.
Fire alarm test.
Yeah.
I thought I was making a weird noise for a
Hey,
second.
Blake, I have my fire alarm go off for like 8 hours 2 days ago. I couldn't get it stopped.
What the
Beep.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
beep every like
So,
2 minutes.
was it like continuing to beep?
It sounds like a
She made
pinball
out.
machine.
There's a comedian talks about that, and he said the worse than that is when there are low batteries and you have like 4 in your house, and they go beep every couple minutes, and you're like, the fuck is it? You can't find it.
What's great is when I was trying to cycle it, the 2 we have is one upstairs, like right in the.
You only
'Cause
have
when we
2?
come upstairs, my house isn't
got
like
one.
super big.
I've got a tiny house. I got one.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
Ours is up to code. 1 in every single room.
That's a lot of fire alarms.
And they're all hooked up together. So if one battery dies, they all beep.
Oh god,
No,
I think I
that's
heard
good.
something from my boss.
You don't
Are
have the
new
talking
homes,
ones.
How
Do
do you
no-
fucking live?
Do new homes have sprinkler systems?
No.
Not like
No.
apartment
Not
homes, but like
homes.
little like an individual home. Because I
It
think I heard
depends on
from
how
my
big it
boss
is.
something.
They
Yeah,
can.
like
I
a
think you
mansion.
could probably install one if you want it. Yeah, and depending on their size and how many people live there, yeah, depends.
and it
Right,
probably
if
has
it's a
to depend on,
mansion,
like,
if they rent it
stupid
out
code
for
and all that.
like, yeah, if they rent it out for like events and stuff, it's a mansion. At any point, they'll have to comply with it, especially like commercial buildings, especially because like my office, they used to have a stove in there and they had to get rid of it because they didn't have a sprinkler system.
That sucks.
Huh.
Pretty sure a lot
Even
of
though
people
we're a
have
teeny
stoves.
tiny office.
What about a fire
Oh,
extinguisher?
we put it. What they did is they took it. I had a truckman. They hauled it out of there. When the fire marshal left, they put it right back in. Don't worry. Because they give you.
Yeah.
Here's the fun thing about the fire marshal that's really smart. They give you a warning about their inspections.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
So you just remove whatever you need to remove and then bring it back.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think private homes. If you, I bet you would get you a big discount on your insurance.
Are we talking about again? Nepotism?
I thought we were
Yes,
still
yes,
on
we
the
were.
nuclear power one.
Yeah, welcome to the podcast where nothing sticks.
And this is why I named this episode "Runaway Train."
Choo choo.
Isn't there a song called
Never coming back.
You're never gonna give
Wrong way on a one-way track.
you up? Completely different song.
Yeah, that was the song.
Welcome to Twitch Sings.
Welcome to Twitch
That's
Team
still
CS.
around. That's not.
No,
That's
we
gone.
shut it
isn't
down.
it?
It's gone.
Jesus Christ! Did that even last a year?
No, it lasted a few years.
Actually, I
Yeah,
still
that's
have it on
lasted
my.
longer.
Felt like it didn't last that long.
Did it last longer than that cyber game that Twitch apparently what's the word? Integrated like
Cyberpunk?
day one?
Oh,
no,
you
not
mean
Cyberpunk. That's
Hyperscape.
Hyperscape. Yeah, that game just died.
Lone, remember that game? You remember
Mhm.
the few times we played it and said we wanted to keep him playing it? We
Yeah.
realized it was a shit game. Yeah, I remember that.
I felt like it was fun, but I
Hyper
felt like
Sharp
Well, no,
remembers.
it
got-
was free, and then they took it away, or made you pay for it, or something like that. If I remember.
No,
right.
it was,
Was
I don't. I think it just like. I don't think it went paid. It was always free to play, I believe. I'm not like 100% on that, but I'm pretty sure it was free all the time.
So I still have Twitch Sings on my computer, but yeah, it won't open.
Yeah, because they disconnected it.
You did
Uh,
Twitch things. It's a horrible thought.
Yeah, no. I think the videos are still on my video
What's
list.
that? I want to go back and watch the VOD.
No,
now.
you don't. It's horrible.
Mhm.
I
I'm gonna
do.
delete those. I didn't do a stream. It was recorded. It was like the end. Like the Twitch
was
sings
for-
like upload thing.
I mean, if you
It
give me
was
enough
for his
alcohol, I'll
wifey.
try to sing. I'm not good at it at all, but I'll try.
You just gotta know your range for your tone. Like I'm low pitch. Obviously, most of us are probably gonna be low pitch, but you could probably go a
I'm
little
soprano.
higher, and
I'm
that's
s-
where you get worried.
I'm just
So
horrible at
last
singing.
time I got really drunk at a karaoke bar, me and another guy got together on stage and sang "Creep."
And I'm a creep.
Because that was about the level of our singing ability and drunken ability at the same time. We went to Taco Bell after that. And I remember that because I didn't get anything to eat, but they were all ordering, and I was kept yelling, "I have to pee!" And finally, I just got out and peed in the Taco Bell parking lot.
I didn't say it in his face.
32 cents.
Okay, good news. I
Uh-huh.
deleted the videos already because they're
Did you
not on
say
here.
loan?
Uh,
What'd you call me?
I sneezed and said 32 cents.
Oh,
Part of
Bless you.
the thing I used to do as working for the company that I was when I was DJing, we did karaoke nights. Oh my
no.
god, some people are absolutely terrible.
so did
Oh.
you ever have the one that was really good and you were amazed by?
Oh yeah,
Done.
plenty of them.
I've
But
done Flickr.
it was one of those things where okay, a particular place would want to do like a karaoke night, so you'd go in, you'd set everything up. No one would be coming up to sing karaoke. It's like, oh shit. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to break the ice here and do one myself, and that was horrendous.
oh
Yeah, that sounds
no.
horrible.
Well, I need to see this now. I want to see
Oh
that.
well, that's never gonna happen again.
We're going to a karaoke bar when we meet up now.
There's gonna have to be a
No.
lot of alcohol
No.
involved for me to even think about getting up and singing.
Yeah.
A lot, like a fucking semi truckload at this point in my life. I'm gonna have to be very drunk.
Good thing if you gamble in Vegas, you drink for free.
Do you?
Yeah,
Yep.
the same way
Yep.
in Biloxi.
Oh.
Most
You
casinos
can
are that way.
you basically give them like a couple of bucks tip, and they'll just bring you whatever you want.
Huh.
Give 'em a good
Whatever
5
you
or
want.
10, they'll give you the better stuff.
Oh yeah, and usually like the way that I tend to, or the group of our friends, what we would do is we'd give them like a big tip, like $20 at the start of the night, and say, hey, yeah, this is what we're drinking, keep them coming. And without fail, every hour or 45 minutes later, they were back with our drinks, tip them a couple of bucks, and it would just continue like that all
Oh.
night.
The slow drinking nights.
We would, I mean, the Biloxi had a shitload of casinos. And the best news there is when the clubs would close at like midnight there. So what we would do is just go in the casino and sit like on a quarter slot machine and just get drinks that way.
I want to head to Biloxi. It's relatively close, I guess.
It's
Well,
not
close.
it's-
Oh,
it's I don't know how it is now. It wasn't the best thing in the world when I went there.
well. Okay. Well, I want to go there at least once.
Yeah, the Hard Rock is pretty good if it's still open. That was neat.
There's a lot of hard rocks.
Yeah, the one in Biloxi is the one I'm talking about, though, because we were talking about Biloxi.
The whole rock life.
But yeah, there's a lot of it's a chain kind of thing. But the Hard Rock there was cool. I remember that. I've never been. I don't know if I've ever been to any other Hard Rocks.
Anytime I go anywhere, like to a new city or something, well, typically me and my dad will always go to a Hard Rock. It's just customary at this point.
The restaurant or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I talk about the Hard Rock Casino.
Well, I mean, both. I mean, they're
Yeah.
literally the same, but
I
yeah.
think they had a decent club in the Hard Rock. Yeah. They used to have one at the top of the tower, and then for some kind of fire reason, they didn't have that there anymore. And then they had a club that was like above the casino, but it was like the floor was glass, the walls were glass, and you could like see through it all.
It sounds cool, but also super dangerous.
Yeah, it was cool. I never was scared because we'd start drinking before we went out, so you know.
I almost forgot what the original topic was. It's been been a second.
Nepotism.
Yes.
I don't
that's
think
right.
we concluded nepotism, but yeah, maybe it's.
Oh yeah, we're doing the podcast.
I'm
Grims, what were you doing here?
Wow.
And I'm talking about in the game, not
No.
like,
Don't talk about in game. Shush.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, I guess talk about in game. Do some talking.
Meow.
Make noise.
Alright,
What
I
are we
think
talking about? What
we have
happened?
time. We have time to fit in our last topic, yo.
That's a
Sorry, I was-
transition.
And
I was-
Blake, you lead us off, yo, with weird superstitions, if you have any.
Yeah.
I actually don't.
Norman?
Okay, what led you to
Well,
this?
this
Then?
might be a really short.
Yeah,
This is gonna be a short one.
yeah, because I don't have any.
Oh, what was it? I don't know. I wasn't paying attention.
Okay, maybe we can extend this to superstitions
Superstitions.
or slash like
It's like knocking on
Conspiracies.
wood.
I
That kind of stuff.
wasn't say conspiracies. I was just gonna say like things to do. Like I can go off and say one.
Weird things that you do, like yeah, stuff like that.
One thing I
But
do is a
go ahead.
lot is if my hands feel like slightly sticky or feel like I have any gunk on them, I have to go immediately wash them. Like a
Yes,
slight
man.
OCD problem.
So basically, every time you masturbate.
No, it feels
you,
like
Gurm.
gunk. It's terrible. It's like the worst feeling. You never want to touch anything until you wash your hands.
Yep.
Dude, I work on trains.
Yeah. I work with
I
tools that's
Constant black grease and muck and stuff like that on my hands.
I
Yeah,
get
but I'm pretty
anti-seize
sure
on my hand all the time.
But I'm pretty sure you would get used to that because again, that's the profession. But like just randomly, like for example, I work in an office basically, and just randomly my hands get dirty, probably because I've been like haven't done anything for a while, and that's just the worst feeling. You just like have to like stop it and go wash your hands.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this like happens like because I have my when I drink G Fuel, and it's like has a little bit of like a syrupy like if it hits like the side of the glass, it has like a little texture to it, and it's just I hate feeling it on my fingers. You know, if any of it I accidentally spill it or anything. So if I'm sitting here on my keyboard and I feel it, I have to go immediately get up and wash.
Here's a
So,
question. Here's a question. If food drops on the floor, you pick it up almost instantly. Do you eat it or not?
Does it still make a noise? Oh.
yeah, most of the time, yes. If it's something I really want to eat, like I won't waste it.
Like you like let's say you've known the surface, you know it's like at least
Known
the
it all
concept
your
of the surface.
life.
Like
Okay,
for example, on the
a
side of the
good friend.
table, or like just like it bumps into your like arm or something like that, you would still eat
let's put it
it.
this way: if it's like
talking about the 5-second rule.
if I'm eating it, yes. But if I'm cooking something for me or for some like if I'm cooking, I would never do that.
Yeah,
But if I'm
cooking is like
eating, then I don't kill. Because I'm eating it, it's like whatever. If I'm cooking, I'd be like, yeah, okay, into the bin. So, but yeah, it's just the difference between eating versus cooking.
and also depends on the kind of food. Like for example, if it's like some like bread based something, like that's not gonna like be like something comparatively like a piece of meat or a vegetable that's gonna be more wet, so that's gonna obviously connect with the surface. But like something like let's say it bounces for like not even a second, like half a second or less than that, and you just like instantly catch it because your hand is already trying to reflex and get it back. Like obviously that's something that you're gonna be like, that's fine. You could probably still eat it.
Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, I think that's coming back to like what should call it, like germophobia for some people. Like how much of a germaphobe are some of us? I mean, I wonder.
I'm not a huge germaphobe, but like there were all some things that like again like anything on my like fingers I can't take.
Yeah, I clip my fingernails all the time. I don't like dirty fingernails. It just feels wrong.
I also have something else, but I will not say it on stream.
I will.
Hmm.
What is it?
I've gotten into the habit of actually cleaning away dust. Like you start noticing dust everywhere, even if you feel like this shouldn't be there. It's just like why is it here? And then you immediately I just have to go get a paper towel and just like or some wet towel and just start like getting rid of it. And then you start noticing it everywhere, and you hate that feeling. Especially like 1 week, I think I was alone and I actually had to clean my house by myself, and I just noticed like the areas where we don't even normally clean. You just hate seeing that it's just a mess. Like it's like behind your sofa or like on the corners of a ceiling. I actually found very faint cobwebs there. I was like, really?
Yeah,
I've never seen
corners and
this.
shit. Yeah.
You
Well,
never see
yeah,
that.
so spirals set up.
It's so bizarre, but it's also like that makes me want to clean. And I'm like, how much am I not seeing? I hate this.
Top of baseboards. That's an annoying spot that always seems to be dusty.
Mhm.
I'm glad we're going
Took
to
me
turn
a
this
while.
into like
It's
cleaning
like a-
subject.
What about
It's
like
like
for example,
A Rain Man topic for me for a second.
what about for example like clothes? Like how often you like the simple one, the simple question I want to know is how do you guys change socks often? Let's say if you can't shower. Let's say you have to go 3 days and you can't shower, something like that. Would you? But you
Oh,
can change your socks often.
I would
Would you?
implode.
Did you say socks?
Yeah, socks. Because like I can
Wait.
go at least 2 days before I have to change my socks because you start feeling the bottom of your sock after a while. Like it becomes
Okay, I
like
don't
a
wear
shape.
socks.
Ever?
Ever?
Unless
I don't
unless
believe
I
in
put shoes
socks.
on, I don't
Yeah,
wear
yeah,
socks.
that's also a thing. How do people? I don't know about you guys, but I have to wear socks. I'm like, I think I have a condition where I can get really cold if I don't have socks on.
Some reason Abe reminded me of like Jerry Seinfeld. What's the deal with socks?
It's the same with like gloves in the winter, like or after you wash your hands and they're cold. Like I think I have one of those or like not conditions, but like traits where like my body will start getting well, not it's not severe, but it's like noticeable. Like my hands hurt because it's cold. I hate it, and I can't
Okay,
like touch anything.
I also don't really mind the cold. Actually, I prefer it being cold. I have
Did
an
you
air
say the
conditioner
cold doesn't
running.
bother you anyway?
Anyway, yeah, I knew it.
I wasn't gonna say
You
that.
hold 'em.
No, I was just
You
gonna say
physically hold them. How
I
could you, Ray?
Uh,
I
Soul
have an air conditioner
or
running all
spirit.
year round
I
because I
have
like it being cold.
I sort of have that set up. In the winter, I have a fan and a heater because it helps move the heat around also, but it
I
also
bit my
brings it
lip
down
so
a
hard
bit.
just then.
You what?
I bit my lip trying not to say a joke.
What? Here, let's hear the joke.
No, it was a song. I was going to start singing a song. You could probably guess the song from the
Mhm.
subject.
Yep.
Uh-huh. I just got it. I'm not saying it.
I mean, like the aha.
But yeah, it's a temperature regulation. That's a pain sometimes. Especially in the spring. Right now, the weather's
Are you
everywhere.
saying you don't like being a warm-blooded animal?
No, I'm saying I hate how when it's really warm and I'm wearing layers, and when then it's suddenly I take the layers off and then it suddenly gets cold. Like the weather right now, it's been raining here and it's freezing in the mornings. But then I drive and the sun is hitting me, and then I get inside my workplace and here's the problem: my workplace has had problems with their AC and heater for like months now because I think it was because of our fire that we had. It was a small fire, but it wasn't like the building is decommissioned. And so the inside is freezing as well. And I freaking hate it.
The
That
building
sounds
is still
lovely.
on file.
Say what?
The building is still on file.
It was we actually heard the cause of it. It was like a freaking server exploded and we heard this blast and the freaking pipe burst behind one of our office rooms. And my boss came to me and was like, "Help!" Like, because we had a printer there, and that was her setup.
Jesus.
She literally went, "Help!" And it was this I think it was sprinkler water, but it was some dark, murky water, and I was like, "No, no,
Oh,
don't
yeah,
make
it's
me."
sprinkler. It's sprinkler water.
I think it was chemical water, obviously for chemical fires. It's what's in the valve system or something like that. But I realized what it was, and I was like, "Okay, it's probably sprinkler water." And I at least got their printer out. I think we only lost some furniture though, and they like redid the carpets and the walls.
God, I fucking love that. You came to
Help.
me. Help.
And like I just
He's on
all of a
fire.
sudden the room's wet and like holy crap. Like it's like that, like that comical cliche of like the floor gives in and water spews down. It was basically like that.
Mm.
Yeah, we had when I was in A school in the Navy, we had a fire alarm go off at night. And this is how old the buildings were. You know, like you have modern electric fire alarms. No, this was a fucking bell that rang, like a little hammer and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And
For
it
a fire
was
alarm?
yeah. The Army's a similar way. They'll use the Navy and Army will use a building until you can. They like somebody has to come in and go, look, you can't put human beings in this building anymore. Okay.
And they still will.
Yeah,
Fire
they
alarms
still
are
will for a few more
traumatizing.
years until something really bad happens. The Air Force replaced a building in about 2 seconds flat. But
They put them in hotels.
what I found out is the people before me had unscrewed the bell and the little hammer in there. They had wrapped it in cotton. So I was sitting there sleeping, and this is the noise I heard. And I was sitting there, and I'm like,
Well, I
this,
want to
we had
imagine it's
roommates,
exactly
so there was
that
4 of
noise.
us in a room, and we were like, "What the fuck is this noise?" And then we kind of listened, and we could hear the other bells in the rest of the building going off. But I was like, somebody wanted to die in this room. Just, it's a fire alarm. Let me just kill myself. It's the craziest shit.
Oh, it reminds me of a fire drill that we did in school one year, and there was only a small class of us. We heard the bell for the alarm, and we're like, it's probably a drill. It wasn't a drill. There was an actual bomb threat at the school.
Holy shit.
So we were sitting away doing our stuff, and eventually they sent people looking for us, and it's like, oh,
Oh, it was real.
shit.
Oh, you weren't joking. It's like that.
How old were you?
17.
Yeah, that's not a good idea having kids still in the school.
It's a different. Wait, what year was that?
Yeah, I guess
2000.
When was
maybe early 2000s.
that? Was after. Well, I guess Australia might have been different. Because here, a lot of things changed after Columbine and all that. A lot of things about school and how they evacuate and how they count people and all that stuff changed.
Mm.
I've
That was a
always
big-
Yeah,
pivot
we
point.
haven't really had that many issues with any of that sort of stuff.
Boy,
I've always
that's
told have a list of people, and the teacher reads out the list, and you've had to say your name.
just literally wet my bed on start to.
What?
I had my watering can in my hand, and I went to get out, and I clicked, and I literally just poured water. I wet my bed. Just sorry, just made me laugh. Sorry, Trace. Go ahead. I just broke my brain.
No, that was it. No, good.
Just,
No, please wet your bed more.
just, just imagine how mad you would be the next night when you get to bed. What the fuck's my bed full of water?
Unless you had a waterbed, which sounds horrible to say.
Have you ever tried to? My sister had a water bed.
Oh God.
I just imagine they would pop.
Have you ever tried to lay on one? They're not comfortable. They're
No.
not comfortable. I
No,
can
you get-
imagine if you're any kinds of seasick, trying to 2 people sleeping on it.
You
would be
get
bad.
flung around.
You know what I just imagine? The fact that I have a cat. I don't imagine the bed would last very long.
No, what?
I imagine, like, you guys seen the covers that they put on pools and how, like, in the center it's like the heaviest. I imagine that for waterbed. Like, how is someone supposed to sleep? Like that?
Jalen, thank you for the sub.
You don't.
31
Yeah.
months.
Like, when did this come out?
What?
When did waterbeds become a thing? Or like, is this like?
It had to be the 80s.
No, I think it was before that. I think it was the 60s. A long
Actually,
time
no,
ago.
you're probably right. But again, it's one
Yep,
of those
since the
things
beginning.
that's like, well,
Actually, it's
Sounds
almost
cool
been
in
3 years now.
concept.
Right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds
Nin-
cool, but fucking
2008.
sucks.
I mean,
2019?
I'm surprised no one made like a trampoline bed, but considering
Did
a
you
trampoline-
hear me?
Yeah,
Oh, wait, no,
2018.
what?
So yeah, it's been almost 3 years now.
1968.
Oh,
at that.
So close.
that's way older than what I thought.
So close to greatness.
Oh yeah. I had to think about that for a second. It's the moon landing. Did we have
I
water? Did we
no
land on the moon
idea.
before we had water beds?
Mm,
68. Yeah, that was moon landing gear. I think that was 68.
Here's a question for you. What year did Hawaii become a state?
50
Somewhere in the
something.
60s.
56.
50 something. Yeah.
I'm guessing 56.
Same
Was
with
it- was it-
Alaska.
If I say Alaska and Hawaii,
Yeah, they were
similar.
the same.
They were the same. I think the people that live there might.
yeah, the same state, exactly the same. Nothing different between them.
Same time they joined.
Yeah, messing with Abe. Yeah, I don't know.
Look
It's
how he
just
has to say it each time now.
I'm messing with him, just so he knows.
I don't want him to get mad. You know, he'll punch me in the face and apologize at the same time.
Bad.
So why this
Yeah,
punch
it's like
didn't have more
accidentally
impact?
you in GTA. Like, oh, I hit the punch button by accident.
Well, now we know how it's going to work.
He's
Speaking
on
of
the
that,
Play GTA. Then.
How many? Would it be possible for us to do GTA for bananas? Like even racing for that?
The problem I hear is that
Fire
anytime
it.
anybody tries to do mass group GTAs, it Rockstar fucks them. That's what I've always heard.
But it's
Yeah,
probably
and
gonna
not
be
only
pretty
that-
rough.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
want to buy it again. I already have it on a console. I don't want to buy that game again.
It's cross platform. I thought.
Yeah, it should be now. A
Is
lot of
it?
stuff
I
did
don't
that.
think it
A lot of stuff
is.
should do that.
Isn't there a
Well,
it's also
limit?
So that I don't have access to my account, so I can't play it anyways.
Someone hack into his account. We'll
Oh,
find a
yeah.
way. We'll find
On
a
it.
way.
I'm on it. Wait,
You know,
isn't
honestly,
there
someone
a
could do that
character?
just so I can get my password back. Because I don't remember my damn password, and because of that, they think I don't own my account and I can't play any of my games.
Isn't there a player count limit? It's like
For-
10
Yeah,
people, isn't it?
GTA.
What?
No,
for
there should be
GTA
more for
racing is
GTA?
30
Yeah,
Is it?
Uh huh.
or 15. No, it's 16.
that's a multiplayer game. By default, if you're not 16, you're not really a multiplayer game, I think. Unless like
No.
I mean,
That's true.
For like-
Five v
for like-
five CS:GO.
like
That's a
massive
multiplayer
stuff.
game.
eh,
MMO. Okay. Are you thinking
Okay.
MMO?
Okay, I'm thinking double digits. Let's say that double digits.
But we're playing a game right
Mm.
now that multiplayer is 4 people.
Yeah. Beat that, Abe.
I'm trying to give a definition of something on the spot, and I'm not good at it. So
Brain melting. So anyone have any superstitions?
Boy,
Nope.
superstitions.
those trains rambled.
Mm-hmm.
Trains.
away,
ramble.
train.
Looks like it's a no.
I'm getting tired. Sorry. I thought I had one.
We're
but-
boring, Abe.
yeah, he's done with our conversation.
I can't blame him. I've been done a long time ago.
Uh-huh.
Fine. I'll wrap it up. God.
It is
Wait, no,
11.
don't
We're
wrap it
almost
too early. I
done.
got to meet Penny after dark in the spas.
We can
After
do that-
hours.
we can do
Giggity.
that later. Okay.
Oh my!
She
Huh.
sent me a note in the mail.
Ah, yes. That I know what's gonna happen now.
But I'm gonna go
Yeah,
ahead.
right.
I'm gonna
Don't
go
make me
ahead
on the
and wrap it
spot.
up, yo.
I have a cake for you.
Giggity.
Don't you do
We
it.
don't want that on the podcast.
yes, we do.
Anyways.
I mean, the beginning of this podcast was going somewhere.
Was it?
Does it?
Since
I don't
when
think
has
it-
this podcast ever gone anywhere?
This is. I mean, this is true.
I wish I had silver mute so I can fucking meet you all and wrap this up. Why do you guys do this to me?
Oh, you know exactly why.
Anyway, this has been us, Sons of Bananas Podcast, episode 15. We'll stream this on 4 different channels. Yeah, I got you, Ray. Twitch.tv, GrimReaperLP, Twitch.tv, Lone_Wolf_ENT, Twitch.tv, 2Fresh, the number 4, the letter U, and Twitch.tv, RayNavy21. Once again, this is episode
The age he wishes
15.
he was.
What?
The age he wishes he was.
Do we all?
Yes.
Would you go back to 21?
I wouldn't know.
Thank
Were you
you.
not a
Oh
giant
yes,
idiot when you were 21?
I definitely would.
Actually, I was not.
I was an idiot. I think I was an idiot till now.
Anyway, should we say bye now?
Yeah.
Yes.
We're just
Yeah.
forgetting. Trace is trying to do
Bye.
something and we're all like just
Bye.
continuing on. Bye.
Bye. See you guys next week, episode 16.
Bye.
Peanuts.
No.
You